Hello, everybody. I skipped a week of recording because I injured a back muscle. It was very painful to sit down, stand up. I was only able to make some super short videos. The pain kept me from moving properly, but I'm feeling better now. And I still can't sit for a long time. My lower back still hurts a little. So today I'm going to talk about toxic people. Those of us who have been in a toxic relationship, we know. We know how exhausting it is, how draining, how every single interaction leaves us feeling like something was taken from us. We feel it in our bodies. We feel how these people suck the energy and the life out of us, little by little. Is it actually aging us, or is it just in our heads? Well, we finally have an answer. A new scientific study confirmed what many of us felt in our own bodies for years. So, earlier this year, a study was published in one of the most respected scientific journals in the world, the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Researchers at New York University, led by scientist Byung-Kyo Lee, set out to investigate something that most of us already knew. That toxic people don't just hurt us emotionally, they hurt us physically. The research team analyzed data from over 2,300 participants, and what they found was probably not striking. They gave us these toxic people a name, hustlers. People in your social network who regularly create problems, causes stress, or make your life harder. Does this sound familiar? They didn't just ask people how they felt. They tested their saliva. They looked at epigenetic markers, the biological clues written into our DNA to determine each person's actual biological age, not how old they were on paper or how old they felt, but how old their body actually was. And what they found was that each toxic person, each hustler in your life was linked to a 1.5% faster aging process. That translates to about 9 months of additional biological aging. 9 months for each of these hustlers. This isn't just in our heads, this is measurable, it's in our cells. Now, not all toxic relationships age us at the same rate. A toxic spouse, for example, didn't accelerate aging as much as you might think. And this may be because even a complicated marriage often has some positive aspects like companionship, shared history that help counteract, actually it's the word, help counteract some of the damage. It's still harmful, it's still toxic, but it's not the worst. Now, toxic family members can be worse because with family, people often feel completely trapped. There's no easy exit, and a lot of those relationships are completely one-sided, all taken, no given. Now, why does one difficult person in our life have the power to age us at a cellular level? It comes down to chronic stress and what stress does to the body over time. We all know what stress can do to our bodies. When you're constantly dealing with someone who creates conflict, uncertainty, or fear, your body stays on alert. Your cortisol levels, that's your main stress hormone, stays elevated. Your nervous system never fully relaxes, and over time, that constant low-level activation triggers inflammation throughout the body. The study found that people with toxic people in their lives had higher levels of two specific inflammatory markers, CRP and IL-6, both of which are linked to heart disease, cognitive decline, and accelerated aging. Your body cannot tell the difference between being chased by a predator and waiting for a text from someone who owes you money and has been lying to you for months. To your nervous system, both are threats. What can you do about it? First, recognize that protecting yourself from toxic people is a health decision, not a selfish one. Not a dramatic one, but a health decision. The same way you would limit processed food or prioritize sleep, who you spend your time with belongs on the same list. Second, you don't have to make a dramatic exit. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is quietly reduce contact. Less access, less response time, less emotional energy directed their way. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. Third, if you feel trapped, name it. Say it out loud, write it down, tell someone you trust. The moment you name that feeling, it loses a little of its power over you, and it helps you start thinking clearly about your options, even when a clean exit isn't immediately available. Fourth, invest in the relationships that give you back. The study also found that supportive relationships were associated with slower aging. So this isn't just about who to remove from your life, it's about who to draw closer. And finally, be patient with yourself. Leaving a toxic situation, especially one with real complications, takes time. It doesn't make you weak that you haven't walked away yet. It makes you a human. One of the most powerful anti-aging decisions you can make has nothing to do with a cream, a supplement, or a workout routine. It has to do with who you allow into your life and how long you let them stay when they've shown you they don't deserve to be there. The science is clear. Toxic people ages, not metaphorically, but biologically at a cellular level. You deserve relationships that restore you, not ones that slowly wear you down. Every large workplace has a toxic person. Every neighborhood has one as well. Sometimes we don't get along with our parents or siblings. I know a bipolar person and that relationship can be toxic, but I know what to do, what to expect. And anything this person does, I know what is happening and I don't let it bother me. But 2 years ago, I met a person who was working as a client advisor at a clothing store I would go to. And as a client advisor, he would send me text messages about new collections, store events, dinners, and we got to know each other. And some would say we were friends, but to me, we were more like business acquaintances because we only met during these store-related events. And well, he quit his job before finding another first. So he was unemployed for 2 months. And well, he borrowed money from me to pay for rent, food. Then his dad was sick and needed money to take him on a trip to Europe for the last time. Then his uncle died and needed money to buy a plane ticket to go to the funeral. And also his car needed battery. Later, I found out that he was celebrating his friend's birthday when he was supposed to be mourning his dead uncle. I actually donated the money so he could go to the funeral. Then he did travel to Europe, not with his dad, but with a friend. And after 10 months of excuses and lies, I'm still waiting for him to pay me back. I told him I was going to take legal actions and he threatened me if I did so. I have never gone through something like this. I have never met a person like this. I don't have family or friends that act this way. Even though he doesn't work at the clothing store anymore, I don't want to go there because his friend is my new client advisor, and how can they be friends unless they are the same kind of people? Maybe this guy isn't, but I don't want to take chances now. I saw some red flags while he was my client advisor, but I ignored them because I want to be nice. That's a lesson I have learned. Pay attention to the details, pay attention to the red flags, and don't ignore them. I hope that this video has helped you in one way or another. You are not alone if you are in a toxic relationship right now. Learn to set boundaries so you are not in this situation again. And I'll see you next time.